Hello children, how are you? I hope you all are doing well. So children, don't you think these armed forces, the naval forces and the air forces of our country, don't you think that they give us an adrenaline rush? They give you a sense of pride? So let's talk about Bhartiya armed forces, how they safeguard our country in this chapter. Read about the Bhartiya armed forces. The Bhartiya armed forces consist of three consecutive forces: Army, Navy and Air Force, supported by three paramilitary forces called the Coast Guard, Assam Rifles and Special Frontier Force. The Supreme Commander of the Bhartiya Armed Forces is the President of Bharat. These forces are under the management of the Ministry of Defence called the MOD, which is led by the Union Cabinet Minister of Defence. Bhartiya Army. The Bhartiya Army is the second largest standing army in the world. Its primary duty is to ensure the national security and defence of Bharat from external aggression and threats. It also maintains peace and security within its border. It also conducts humanitarian rescue operations during natural calamities and other disturbances. The President of Bharat serves as the Commander-in-Chief of the Army. General is the Chief of Army Staff who commands the Army. So, Bhartiya Army is the one that looks after the land security. Okay, so they are the one who stand as a wall in between the enemy and us. Alright, next is the Bhartiya Navy. Okay, now Navy is the one that protects the waterfronts. Okay, the Bhartiya Navy is the world's fifth largest navy. The President of Bharat serves as the Commander-in-Chief of the Navy. Admiral is the Chief of Naval Staff who commands the Navy. The principal role of this force is to defeat any threat and aggression against country, to maintain nation's political and economical security and ensure good order and stability in Bharat's maritime zone of responsibility with the Bhartiya Coast Guard. It also helps in disaster relief. Okay, so whenever there is a disaster, you will always see that these armed forces are always there to help the citizens. Okay, next, Bhartiya Air Force. The Bhartiya Air Force is the fourth largest air force in the world. Its primary duty is to secure Bharatiya airspace and to conduct aerial warfare during a conflict. The primary object of Bhartiya Air Force is to safeguard Bharatiya territory and national interest from all the threats. The President of Bharat serves as the Commander-in-Chief of the Bharatiya Air Force, and the Chief of Air Staff is an Air Chief Marshal who commands the Air Force. Okay, complete the chart of ranks in different forces. Let's talk about Bharatiya Army first. Field Marshal, General, Lieutenant General, then you have Major General, then you have the Brigadier. Okay, this number 4. Okay, you have Colonel there. Then you have the Lieutenant Colonel, then the Major. Number 7, okay, that stands for Captain, okay, and Lieutenant. Now let's talk about Bharatiya Navy. You have the Admiral of the Fleet, Admiral, Vice Admiral, Rear Admiral, okay, in 2, okay. Number 2 comes the Commodore, okay, Captain. Then 5th, number 5 comes the Commander, okay. Then you have the Lieutenant Commander, Lieutenant, and the number 8, okay, that comes as the Sub-Lieutenant. Okay, now let's look at the Bharatiya Air Force. Okay, in Air Force you have the Marshal of the Air Force, the Air Chief Marshal. So number 3 comes as Air Marshal. Okay, then you have Air Vice Marshal, Air Commodore, Group Captains. Number 6, okay, it comes as Wing Commander. Then the Squadron Leader, Flight Lieutenant. Alright, so now children, I hope you know about all these different positions of these armed forces. Bhartiya Coast Guard is another organ of the Bhartiya Armed Forces that guards the vast coastline of Bharat. Okay, from the terrorist attack, from the attacks of any other people from other countries. Okay, now Fill in the blanks. The Supreme Commander of the Bhartiya Defence Forces is the, who's the Supreme Commander? The Supreme Commander is the President of India. Dash is the highest military award in Bhartiya Defence Services. It is the Paramveer Chakra. The only aircraft carrier in the service of Bhartiya Navy is the INS Virat. The primary fighter aircraft of Bhartiya Air Force is known as the Sukhoi fighter jet. Okay, Sukhoi fighter jet. Arjun, Bhishma and Ajay are the names of the dash of the Bhartiya Army. They are the MBT Arjun of Bhartiya Army. Okay, so I hope children you have the names, spellings, everything in the help box, and now you know about our armed forces and those people because of whom we are able to live safely and sleep soundly. Alright, so be proud, and if you get a chance to join these armed forces, do join them and make your country and your parents also proud. Alright, so get going children, complete these exercises.